Yo, what is up, guys? So we're going to be showcasing off the new DDD Abyss King Gilgamesh. This is new Link monster for DDDs. Before you make Apprentice Witchling or other awkward things, but this card is way better because Apprentice Witchling lets you add a card, which still technically is not bad. But sometimes you want your cards in the graveyard, especially like Necro Slime. There's also the Vice. There's so many cards that get effects when they're banished, or you can just bring them back from your graveyard. So adding them to your hand is not necessarily as advantageous during certain times. But with the new DDD Link monster, we're going to have a lot more options for some big, powerful plays. Look what this other guy ends up making that's playing Mermails. He's going to go completely off. But shout out to my boy Leon Flo for showing us the power of the new DDD here. So he already makes the guy start off with 3 cards, alright? But that's not enough. He's also got the Abyss Sphere here with Firewall, Dragon, and of course Gumblar, so it's going to have the Link Zones ready to go. But he's going to go ahead and summon another card, so his opponent still is going to have 3 cards at the start facing off against a Totally Awesome. As well as his opponent's got a Firewall, Dragon, and he's got a Lind here to survive. But he's going to go ahead and negate the effect of Slime, but it doesn't really matter because Vice is just going to be basically the same thing at the end of the day. So we're going to go ahead and make the Flame Emperor. And the new DDD Link monster is insane. I'll pause it once we get to it so we can kind of go over the effect. But he's going to change the level. Doesn't really matter. You can technically just use this as material anyways. But over here we make a Kali Yuga. But the most important thing is the Abyss King Gilgamesh has this effect. So if it's special summon, you can activate this effect, which he did use. You can't special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except for DD monsters, which doesn't really matter in a DDD deck. But you place 2 DD Pendulum monsters with different names from your deck in your Pendulum Zone. You take 1,000 damage, but this card has another effect. If this Link Summon card in its owner's control is destroyed by your opponent's attack or by a card effect, you get to special summon 1 DD monster from your extra deck or graveyard in defense position. You can only use each effect about once per turn, so it's going to really help out here because there's too many monsters. His opponent actually threw up a very big board, which he was able to get rid of, which was surprising just with... I mean, he already lost 2 cards before he even got to start, and then lost another one at the very beginning of his turn. So here's where Gilgamesh dies. He has that effect to special summon a card. Ragnarok gonna let him special summon another card. So like that combo right there is really nasty. Just being able to be like, oh, you broke my board after, you already wrecked me, but I'm still coming back really strong. Have a complete pendulum scale ready to go here, and this card has a decent amount of defense. But just being able to complete your scale for like nothing here is ridiculous. Plus, it obviously gives you like the zones that you'll need for the DDDs because they do kind of revolve around the extra deck. He's going to go ahead and make a Witchling, so this will give him the amount of boost that he needs to crash into the Gumblar. Dude, the guy absolutely popped off with Mermails. At first, I was like, dude, how are you going to come back from this? But, dude, this card is insane. Not only was he able to get rid of that, but even though his opponent got rid of his King Gilgamesh, he was able to come back right on top and just reestablish board control. Those DDD pendulum scales are just insanely great. I mean, a scale that's just gonna let you go pretty much into anything. This is a 10. Great stuff indeed. But anyways, I know that one was a little bit quick. If you guys want a deck profile, once again though, shout out to the boy Leon Flo. But let's go ahead and check out his build because some of you guys might want to play DDDs. This is definitely not DDDs, but here we go. Where's the DDD? If you guys want to play DDDs, this could be a build that you guys could use. If any of you guys are familiar with DD players, let me know if this is a build that you would run or if there's anything that you would change in the comment section below. I am very unfamiliar with DDDs, but I do know that a lot of times before, they would make Witchling, but Witchling just, they would either, because this is an optional effect, I've seen players just not use this, and I was kind of confused, but again, sometimes they want the card in the graveyard, which this card is pretty much the same summoning conditions of this, but this card still definitely helps out the deck, because that small amount of boost sometimes can make the difference of getting over certain monsters. But being able to complete your scale, you have to, you do have to play 1,000 life, and you also have that downside. You can't special summon monsters except for DD monsters, but it's not really that big of a deal. But being able to re-special summon another monster is just fantastic. And like the difference between this is basically you get a free pendulum scale, so you can pop and get rid of like your own DD cards or whatever. And then on top of that, when this card goes away, you're not dying that turn, more than likely, because before you make this, you're probably going to use some DD monsters, right? But anyways, onwards with the deck profile real quick. So we have 3 copies of Oblivion King Abyss Ragnarok, 2 copies of Savant Thomas, 2 copies of Vice, 1 copy of the Berfelmet, 3 copies of Savant Copernicus, 2 copies of Night Howl, with 3 copies of Swirl Slime, 3 copies of Necro Slime, 3 copies of Lamia, 3 copies of Savant, 3 copies of Allura, 1 for 1, 2 copies of Trade-In, 2 copies of Pendulum Rising, 1 Foolish, 3 copies of Dark Contract, 2 copies of Dark Contract Swamp King, and we have 1 Dark Contract with a Witch. For the extra deck, we got the Dragonbane King Beowulf, we got the 2 copies of Flame Genghis, we got, actually I should say the Flame Emperor Executive, or in TCG, the Flame High King, and the other one is just the regular Flame King, so 2 copies of each. Then we got the DDD Gus High King Alexander. We got the Cursed King Siegfried. We got the Goose King Alexander. We got Kali Yuga. We got the Executive Caesar. 2 copies of the new Abyss King Gilgamesh. And 1 copy of Apprentice Witchling. But that's pretty cool. I was really surprised that you came back from that. That was a really good duel by both players. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed seeing the new DD Link monster in action. Let me know what your thoughts are on it. I think it's pretty good. Again, I'm not really a DDD player, and I have not seen anyone play DDDs, but this definitely makes the deck look really, really good from what I had seen. But shoutouts once again to Leon. If you guys got any cool replays of any of the new stuff, there is that new BLS Link monster. I would love to see that from the community. If not, I'll just probably play it later this weekend on the live stream. But if you guys have any replays of any of the new stuff, would love to see it. Feel free to send it in. If you're new to the channel though, hit that subscribe button so you always be up to date with the latest new Yu-Gi-Oh combos as well as new Yu-Gi-Oh cards in action here. But anyways, thanks for watching guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. If you did, drop a like on it. If you're new to the channel, hit the subscribe button to see more stuff. Anyways, peace out. Have a good one. I'm signing out.